In today's video, we are coming to make baked flavorful savory chips. If you are new, thanks for joining, and to my old golden members, I love you so much. For my ingredients, we are going to need flour and of course our onion and our garlic. We are going to also use margarine, nutmeg, baking powder, salt, also added sugar. So I'm going to combine all my dry ingredients, the nutmeg, the baking powder, the salt, 1 teaspoon of sugar, and the cake flour or soft flour. You can also use all-purpose flour, but when using the all-purpose, you can add cornstarch. So after adding everything, I give it a good mix to give it a uniform flavor and uniform texture. Then I also add my margarine. I cover my margarine with flour before I mash it into the flour because I don't want my hand to get all messy. Covering it with flour takes it or makes it very easy to handle. This savory chips is one of the most loved chips in Ghana. A lot of people use it for business idea and they mostly fry it. But in today's video, I'm going to bake it. I then add my onion and my garlic to this flour. Mix it very well to get a very uniform texture, or I don't want the onion to be settled at one side as usual. I then combine it with water. My water is half a cup of water or 1/4 cup of water depending on the flour. We don't want it too soft, we don't want it too dry, we want it very pliable, or we want it in the way that we can roll and then cut. After I then mold it into 3 balls and then wrap it and put it into my fridge for it to rest for a little bit. You can put it into the freezer whenever you are ready. You just pick it up and then you slice and bake or fry. For the frying method, we use less margarine, but for the bake method, we use a lot of margarine or more margarine. So after rolling it into a ball, I allowed it to settle, and it's time for me to spread it out or roll it out and then slice, bake and consume. For the rolling, I just flour my chopping board or my surface with a flour to give it that easy removal after I have cut it, and then I roll it very well and then cut it. The cutting isn't into a perfect shape, it's just cutting it in any shape that I want because this is homemade. I'm going to consume it at home, so I don't want to use a lot of time giving it a perfect shape. If I wanted to get a perfect shape, I'm going to take my time, but for today I want it very flat, and then very small. I don't want it very huge, so I want it into this size. So after using my pizza cutter to cut it, I remove it gradually and then place it on my baking sheet, prepare my oven, and then I proceed to bake them under low heat. High heat is going to let them burn. This chip doesn't take a lot of time. When you're frying it, it uses less time. When you're baking it, it uses less time. So you can do whatever pleases you. It doesn't consume a lot of time in the oven. So after I placed it in the oven, it was now ready for consumption. So I removed it from my oven and it came out very crispy. I don't want it too brown. I want it partially brown, partially white. That is why I got this color, and it was very tasty. And I like the fact that it wasn't oily because I baked it. Thank you so much for watching. I love you so much. If you are new, I love you. Make sure to hit the like button, the subscribe and the share button, and send it to your friends and family. I love you, and stay tuned for the next video. Until next time, stay blessed.